We're very excited to hear. I'd love for you to tell us where you were with your business before hiring Lewis and where you are now.
Yeah. Before hiring Luis, I was at 5 storage facilities spread across the US while also working a very full time W-2 corporate America job here in the US. Hired Luis through you guys back in um, November of 2023. Yes, 2023. Um, Very awesome process. You actually guys made it very hard for me because I think up to the end there was 2 candidates that I really really liked. I just gravitated towards Luis. He had a very high energy. He had a high figured out factor, high degree IQ that was something that I think that, but he had no experience in this business, but I could tell pretty quickly that he was going to learn fast. And that was certainly the case. Um, Fast forward to today, I'm closing on storage facility number 8. And so by bringing Luis in and taking the call center in-house, taking the operations off of my plate, and truthfully, because it was on my plate and because I had a very full-time job before, the number of things that were balls being dropped was like not a small thing, and so it was a big deal to bring him in. We immediately found efficiencies, immediately found revenue, immediately found opportunity. More importantly, though, it freed up my time to go expand the business, and so been able to do that. I bought a new storage facility in June, and Luis helped me completely turn that on in our software and all the processes. Like that was very seamless. I then invested in another deal, which I only found the opportunity because I had the time to do it. Then a big move happened in August of 2024. I separated from my previous employer, and I'm now full-time self-storage. And I'm closing on deal number 8 in about 2 weeks. And again, that's because I have the time now to dedicate to finding deals, underwriting deals, um, and have full confidence that Luis is running my business the way that we would optimally want to run it. And that was because you guys found it for me.
That's incredible to hear. Were you able to hire customer service people after that, or is Lewis doing everything?
Oh, so Luis hired. He found somebody locally with him to manage our call center. So like he was the referral essentially for that. Much as I would have liked to hire you guys, it was like we needed somebody, and Luis like actually
We
I think I have somebody
understand.
through my church, and he was able to bring somebody in, and then through there we fully brought the call center in house, which helped reduce our expenses. And but Luis took that all on. He did the hiring, he did the interviewing, he did the training, and then systems wise, we got set up on a single system. We're using Zoom for everything, our call center, our phone system, our meetings, everything, you name it. And Luis helped set some of that stuff up as well. But yeah, it's all in house now.
That's amazing. That's great to hear. And we totally understand. I mean, we've heard a lot of times that our candidates who are hired help their loved ones get opportunities with their clients, and we are totally for it. So don't even
Yeah,
apologize for that. We're super excited that we were
yeah,
able to make it happen from the beginning.
yeah.
Um, Dave, had you tried? I don't remember if we had this conversation on our initial consultation call a year and a half ago, but had you tried to hire offshore people before to help you start your business, like take it off your plate and all that? Or was
No,
this the first time?
that was the first time. Um, but I knew I. Here's the thing. I knew what I needed to do many, many months before I actually did it, but I was really not confident and truthfully didn't have the time to go to online.ph or go other places and I was really not interested in finding somebody offshore. I knew that I wanted somebody near shore. I didn't know that you guys at HireLATAM existed until Baird and I had the conversation. And then he's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like perfect because it's time zones and it's like right here in what I need during the time zones that I need it, right? I'm not keeping somebody up in the middle of the night. Um, And when I met you and I heard about the process and I understood more from Baird, it was like, okay, now I know I can do this because I'm not going to do the work, and you guys did, which was, that's why you hire a recruiting firm. That's why you hire a sourcing company, is, take the best practices, deliver final candidates that meet the criteria that you're looking for, which you guys did an outstanding job of. And I was able to, make a decision pretty quickly confidently make a decision without having to put a ton of time and effort in there. I've had a lot of friends hire offshore and they've had success with it, but like the amount of work that went into them figuring that out was like not a small thing. It was substantial.
Yes, I actually went through the pipeline of your search back then, and we actually screened over 500 people. So of course,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was
That's my point, right? Like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to, there's no way that I'm going to be able to screen through 500 people. Just absolutely no way. I didn't have the time, and I wasn't interested in doing that, to be honest. Happy to pay a great company a fee to find me a small list of people that fit the criteria. The disc profile and the stuff that you guys do there, I think, is very unique and very important, because what has been discovered with Luis and me is he is very much the integrator of my crazy ideas. Like, I'm the visionary and I keep myself busy by trying to drive the business, but he's like the guy that I can go to now and be like, hey, what do you think about this? He'll go research it, figure out how it can be done, and then go build that. And then all of a sudden, this thing that I had in my head is like living in front of me. And we've probably done that 10 times now. And so I don't know if you've heard of like this, it's called the EOS, the Entrepreneurial Operating System. And it's a way to run a small business. And they have visionaries and integrators, right? And it's when a visionary tries to integrate, never gets any of it done, their business can't grow. And when they're an integrator, then they're not visionary, so the business doesn't grow. But it's when you bring together the visionary and the integrator, and they have that sort of perfect yin and yang sort of match, then your business can skyrocket. And that's exactly what's happened since I brought in Luis. He's my absolute opposite in terms of the way that he thinks. So much so that not only am I growing the storage business, but I've launched a coaching business called Storage Ace. And right now I'm helping roughly 200 people every month learn the storage business. The only way I could have done any of that is because I was able to bring in somebody like Luis to help me scale my business. I was able to leave corporate America and focus full-time on storage, which gave me the freedom and the time to actually go start the coaching business as well. So yeah, it's been pretty awesome.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. I mean, I know you're speaking so highly of our process back then. I can't wait for you to see how much it has evolved to now. I know that you sent over a referral that hired recently.
Yes.
Have you guys had a chance to talk about the differences, like how it went for them?
No, the only conversations I had with Andrew were more just like when he had his final couple of candidates. Like, were there any lessons or things that I learned along my process that he should be putting into his? And really the stuff that we talked about was just making sure that you're having a conversation through the lens of like the work that they'll be doing every day. And like, if you're going to be testing them or you're going to be asking them to provide feedback or whatever, it's through the lens of the job that you want them to do. Don't expect it to be perfect because they're not in storage right now, that kind of stuff. But he didn't share like the process specifically. All I know is that he was very happy with all of it. Very happy. Yeah.
That's great. Well, I hope you do return to us for some hire in the short term, because we have upgraded.
I will never not come to you guys. Like, unless, like, let me ask you this. Can you help find part-time people?
We do help find part-time people. We don't recommend it because the salary difference is not big, so you wouldn't be saving when hiring a part-time person. But if you want to start part-time and you're okay with paying $1,000 a month for part-time, then that's where we can help. The reason we don't do lower than $1,000 is because they will have extra jobs, right? They won't be focused on what they need to be doing with you. So for $1,000 a month, we can help you get any part-time person because we know that they will be happy
Or
with
for
their role.
$1,000 a month, they could be full-time as well, so they might as well be.
Yeah, well, not for, I don't think 1,000, but yeah, 1,500. That's why I'm saying it's not a big difference, right? With 1,500, you can get a full time, and then with 1,000, it's part time. So the difference is not there.
So
It's just to us, it's not worth it.
Makes sense. In the not too distant future, I will be needing someone to make cold calls. So I don't know if you guys do any like calling or cold callers. And then I also want to hire somebody to do like a data analyst, a data person. Essentially, I'm building a CRM, not building a CRM, I'm implementing a CRM to like really 10 times my acquisition strategy to find more self-storage deals to buy, or for my storage community and my coaching clients, like one of the two. And I've almost got the CRM completed. I need to test it, but when I test it, then I'm going to use it for a few months. But then ideally, I want to bring somebody in that can follow our process and just hit the phones. And it's got a dialer built in, so it'd be super easy for them. But hit the phones, make hundreds and hundreds of dials every week, create pipeline, and then have somebody that's on the data side so that when this person says this is bad data, they fix it, but they're also adding new data into the machine at the same time. And then we go. And eventually I would love to get to a place where, maybe I have a team of 4 or 5 people that are making calls every single day. And we're just, blitzing the country, finding storage opportunities, building pipeline. Then those deals end up with me to go close and figure out how to get them funded, or we wholesale them to somebody, or we flip a deal, we pay for our expenses that way. All of this is possible starting because I hired Luis, because it's just created the time freedom to go, really expand the business.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes,
I love the vision.
Yes.
Thank you.
A lot of my friends right now use Filipino talent for cold calling, and it works, and they get results. So I'm open to all of it. I don't know where it's going to go, but I know that I'm going to be doing it.
Perfect.
Have you guys done that before, Gabby? Have you hired people to make calls for others?
Yes, we've placed many cold callers, 100%.
Awesome. Very
Especially when you just want them focused on cold calling. There are actual talent pools that of people who just want to do that, because it's a very specific job. It's not like you could do some emails and then you do some calls. You have to be in the zone to do cold calling, right?
Totally.
So
you have to be okay with getting told all kinds of creative ways to get off the phone.
Yeah.
But be able to make the next call, right?
And then special people those are.
Have you done any for folks that are like real estate focused?
Most of them were real estate or property management. Yes.
Perfect. Yep. Awesome. Very cool.
Perfect. So there's this one question. I'm gonna go off the off the list that I have here for you. But what would you tell people when they ask you? I don't know if they've ever done this, but we know most of our clients have. What would you tell somebody who would say to you, "Why not hire locally?"
Let me think about it for a sec.
Of course, take your time. And I know the answer is very dependent on every specific situation. So
it really is dependent
with your experience.
Here's what I think. I think there's a couple of answers there. And one is like more of a personal thing for me. And the other is like probably just general good business practices, right? When you can find equal or better talent in a more cost-effective and hire them in a more cost-effective way, that is very, very beneficial to your business, because maybe you can hire 2 or 3 for like what you would get for the price of 1. The other thing is that we're virtual, right? So you guys have the team that I have through you with Luis is in Nicaragua. I'm in Denver, Colorado. If I hired people locally, maybe they're working out of their house, or maybe I need to go rent an office. So I think there's like a pure business and pragmatic business way to think about it. But I also believe, and this is now more like philosophical, the fact that I'm able to hire Luis, pay him what he gets paid, and create an opportunity for him and his family and in his country that is above what is probable in their country is unbelievable to me. Like, to me, that is like, there's no better way to have an employee that is as loyal as he is, as qualified as he is, getting paid what he's getting paid, which allows him and affords him a lifestyle that he probably otherwise wouldn't have, and he deserves that, is probably the other really important factor in this whole equation that I don't think people think about a lot.
The personal reward.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I brag about this all the time, and it's really because he's great at what he does. But the fact, like, I don't know, like, maybe this story didn't make it to you, but Luis's wife used to ride the bus to work like 90 minutes a day. And because he's working for a US company now, they bought a car, so she has a 15-minute commute. He's gone back to college at night school so that he can get a degree in project management, which is great for me because he's just going to bring more skill and more knowledge to my business and help us grow even faster. All of that's possible because we're able to pay American wages to folks that are near shore, and that dramatically improves and changes their life. It's absolutely the win-win.
That's wonderful. No, I did not know that. That's great.
Very, very cool story.
You're changing lives.
Yes. I mean, there's an element of that, right? And yes, that could be with, folks that are offshore and whatnot, but I find a lot of value in having somebody that's, getting up at the same time I am every day and shutting down at the same time every day, and is wickedly smart, educated, knows how to work, has a process, and is able to, take what I'm able to afford, and that creates just a new level of life for him and his wife, and their ability to travel and do things that they want to do. It just feels good all the way around.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, you got it. Absolutely.
Did you ever come across any cultural barriers with Luis?
No, zero. Like, none. That was actually, I wouldn't say I'm surprised by that, but it was something that was in my mind about, being able to talk to customers, or, are they going to be upset that he's clearly Latin, or he's got like he's from Nicaragua and he's got an accent a little bit, like barely, but he's got one, right? The reality is that he's very smart. The reality is that while people may see that, they don't feel that. And when you combine like the knowledge and the expertise that he has now in our business with like his work acumen and his business acumen, there's like no reason to believe that like, hey, culturally I shouldn't be talking to you because you don't know what it's like. He's totally in tune with what we're doing. In the last 12 months, we have received over 90 5-star reviews across our business that mention Luis or our call center agent's name by name. Like, they've done that sort of work. And to tell you, like, that is kind of a very big deal, because in the US, Google reviews are like, it's the currency of small business, right? This is how Google promotes you. This is how how you show up higher on search results. The only way we get those sort of reviews is by our people not having any sort of cultural difference with any of our clients or potential clients or customers, because they're doing a great job, and that's a testament to that for sure.
That's incredible. Yeah, because he not only deals with internal employees, but also with clients, right? So,
yeah.
And
he's the overflow for all calls. And then on Mondays, our call center agent he works Tuesday through Saturday for coverage on the weekends. So Luis is taking all the calls on Monday, and he's got a process, and he is doing such a great job that 90 people have decided to go online and talk about us in a very positive way, which helps our business like very, very. When we can stand out we're self-storage facilities, right? We're a commodity at the end of the day, but when you can stand out in front of the crowd because your reviews speak the volume of like your client base from other storage facilities, people are going to call us first. And then when they get that firsthand experience with Luis or a call center who Luis trained, then that just helps drive our business and grow it even faster.
That's incredible. I'm definitely going to do the research and go in and see all the positive comments on Lewis. That's wonderful. That's wonderful to
Yeah.
hear.